Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. Today I'm going to be talking about the 10 worst Hunter fans ever made. I actually wrote this list down probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and I just never got around to doing the video of it until now. Now you can probably tell by the quality of the video and the way the audio sounds that I am not using my new phone. I'm actually using my camera. Well, if you're wondering about that, I just want to tell you that I've been having some technical difficulties, per se, with my new phone. It's not the phone itself; it's okay. The phone itself is fine, but it is the USB cord that I use for the phone to get the photos and videos off. It has not been working at all lately. Every time I plug it into my computer to try and get the videos off and onto YouTube, it just wants to charge the phone instead of get the videos off. So we still got to get a new one, and but till then, I'm going to be using either my camera, my mom's phone, or my dad's phone for my videos. And right now, I'm using my camera because I didn't really feel like taking my borrowing my or asking for my mom's or dad's phones. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this. So it's before I get into it, I just want to say it's been quite a while since I've done this. You'll probably hear me stutter a lot in the video because I just don't know what to say. I haven't done one of these videos in forever, so I'll do the best I can, so just bear with me here. So number 10 is the Hunter Augusta. Now the Hunter Augusta, I think it's the like the first generation of the Augusta isn't bad. I don't think it is. From what I've heard, it's these 2s and the 3s and the 5-minute versions that are bad. Now, for some of you that don't know about the Hunter 5-minute fans, they're the kind of fans that are supposed to take 5 minutes to install. And, well, sounds good, but there's just a little problem there. You see, what they use when they, what they use for the 5-minute fans, instead of using screws to hold the blades and blade brackets in place, they actually use like these little, let me kind of zoom out and demonstrate. They kind of use like these little, I don't even know what they are, but you just kind of twist them in the blade and blade bracket. It's supposed to be a much quicker install, which, sounds good, but there's just a little problem with that. Over time, the blades can tend to sag quite a bit, and that's what's so bad about those. That's what's bad about those. They sag, and they do sag pretty dang bad, too. So that's what's bad about the Hunter Augusta. And since that's the only problem that I can think of, I think some of them are noisy. I've heard some pretty noisy ones on YouTube. I've heard some that squeak like a mouse, like literally like a mouse. So, yeah, don't ask. But, yeah, someone did a video of his Hunter Augusta squeaking on YouTube, but I'm sure he's replaced it by now. I don't know, but, anyway, so I think that's about it for the Hunter Augusta. So we'll, go down to the next one, which is the Hunter Walden. Again, this is another 5-minute Hunter fan. It has the screwy things that go between the blades and the blade brackets, and there's another thing that I think the Augusta might have too. I'm not sure, but the Walden, I know, has a little something called a wattage limiter. And what it is it's like a little thing that Hunter puts in the switch housing, and it's like a you can only put like a certain amount of light with a certain amount of wattage in it, and it just really, I mean, why would they do that, I mean, our government is just so corrupt, I guess, and stuff, so, but anyway, so, I can actually think of an example of this at my nephew's old house, the Hunter Walden, in the master bedroom. You guys probably know the brush nickel fan. I think I've mentioned it before, but in their master bedroom, the brush nickel Hunter Walden they had, my brother, while he was cleaning up the house, getting it all ready to sell, he cleaned all the fans and everything, and when he got to the Hunter Walden in the master bedroom, all the light bulbs were dead. So he went in there to replace them, and so he flipped the switch on, and it didn't work when he put the new bulbs in, and he found out that is because it has so he was wondering why it didn't work. He pulled the chain, and it still didn't work, so he got up in there and he found out that it was the wattage limiter thingy. So he had to take that out, and now it works better now, I think. But still, I mean, why the heck would they do that? But I don't know. Anyway, now we're going to go down to number 8, which is the Hunter Avignon. And no, I'm not talking about the Avignon from the early 2000s. I'm not talking about that version. That's the good Avignon. The bad Avignon is the version from the late 2000s to early 2010s. It was sold about that time, and there is one decent thing I can think about it, and that is because it has a little something called dust armor blades, which means it's a certain kind of blades that prevents dust from building on the fan. Well, that's the good thing about it, but the bad thing is they're just, them newer Hunter fans are just terrible. They don't blow much air, and they make noises, and they do have 4 speeds though. That's a pretty unique thing, but other than that, they're just wobbly and noisy, and I think that's why I threw them on the list. I don't know. Again, I made this list like 2 years ago. I don't even remember when I made it. So there's that. Number 7 is the Hunter Builder Deluxe, and it's just, again, newer cheap fans. That's what most of these are, newer cheap Hunter fans, and that's all it is. They're noisy, they're slow, they're wobbly. I'm sure they're just terrible. All right, number 6 is the Hunter Grand Cayman. Now, the Hunter Grand Cayman is actually a outdoor rated fan. It is a palm leaf fan, and it just has really big blades. And I know I've seen people online complain how they just don't move much air at all. So, and they're noisy too, I'm sure. I mean, that's what most of these, well, actually all of these fans are noisy and all that. So that's why I put the Hunter Grand Cayman on the list. Number 5 is the Hunter Oakhurst, which is what I have, of course, and, I probably told you guys the story about the Oakhurst at our guest house, how it actually caught a spark one time, and it exploded, and Dad went in there, and there was a wire that had just tripped, I guess, or something, I don't know, and after he did that and fixed it, it just started going a lot slower than it used to, and it just blows almost no air at all. Like, the medium looks just like a low speed. Looks like it's actually slower than the low speed on my Builder's Best. The medium on that fan is slower than the low speed actually on this fan right here, which is not a Hunter, obviously. It's a Hampton Bay Landmark, but you know what I mean. So that's why the Hunter Oakhurst is bad. It's just so slow. Number 4 is the Hunter Richfield, which is, again, one of those 5-minute fans where the blades sag very easily, and, it just, I don't know, I know they're noisy and they're wobbly, I think, and they just don't blow much air at all. So that's about it for the Richfield. I'm sorry, guys, if I don't really sound right, if I keep messing up my lines or whatever, it's just, again, I haven't done one of these videos in forever, so again, just please bear with me. We just got 3 more to talk about. Number 3 is the Hunter Holden. The Hunter Holden is just another one of them newer Hunter fans. Home center, Home Depot, blows no air. Probably makes noises. I know I read a couple years ago some pretty bad reviews about them. That's why I threw it on the list. But I think that's why I threw it on the list. Again, I made this list a long, long time ago, so I don't really remember. So I think that's it for the Hunter Holden now. Number 2 is the Hunter Meridale. Again, just new home center fan, cheap, wobbly, noisy, slow. Don't buy it. All right. Now, number 1, the worst Hunter fan ever made. Number 1 is the Hunter HiBerry. Yes, the Hunter HiBerry. Hunter HiBerries, I have never seen people tear up a fan, just rip apart a fan like the HiBerry. And by ripping apart, I don't mean tearing the fan apart, like literally ripping the motor out and everything. I mean just roasting it. I mean roasting. If people roast this fan, they say such bad things about it, and it deserves it. It really does. It is a terrible fan. They're slow, noisy. They're just terrible, terrible fans. And I heard they came out with the HiBerry 2, I think. Or am I thinking of something else? I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, the Hunter HiBerries are just terrible, terrible, terrible home center fans. One of the worst ever stinking made. Well, that's it. Again, I apologize if I stuttered a lot or kind of screwed up some things a little bit, but I hope you'll forgive me because, again, I've not done one of these videos in a long time, and I just can't really remember how I talked in those other ones. It's been so long. So that's it. Those are the 10 worst Hunter fans ever made. Now, I did write another list somewhere where I would talk about the 10 best Hunter fans. If I can find that, I'll videotape that as well, since I got nothing else to do, really, with this, especially with this whole quarantine thing and coronavirus thing going around. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.